how you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and today we're going to be learning another AC/DC tune, Money Talks. It's just a great example of how genius AC/DC are. They take 3 chords and they just turn it into a masterpiece. There's just so much to learn from AC/DC. So we're going to be learning both of the parts. Right? And then, of course, I'm also going to be teaching you the... Right? So we're going to be learning both parts. I'm going to show you what the rhythm guitar is doing. I'm going to be showing you what Angus is doing on the lead when he plays this nice little melody. And we're going to also be learning just how AC/DC use their chords to make them sound so crunchy and rock. There's just so much to learn from these guys. I love them, really. Okay, so without further ado, let me show you about my picture chord book. If you want to get this book shipped to your doorstep, just become an all-access member at Super Simple Guitar. Then you will get the tab for this lesson, the backing track that I was playing to in this lesson, and all of my courses, okay? So if you want that, this is a welcome gift that I ship for free. Plus you get all of the extra stuff that's on my website, including the stuff that's included to this lesson. Okay, so if you don't want to do that, then there's still a free PDF version where you can just download it and learn all the chords and master the fretboard using the online PDF. Okay, so now that's been said, let's get in the close-up. Alright, so let's talk about what the rhythm guitar is doing first of all, and then I'm going to show you the lead stuff. So, at the beginning of the tune, there's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And that's how you're going to count it. So we're starting off on a G major. And what we're going to be doing is what I like to call lots of times the AC/DC G chord. And that is with releasing tension from this finger here. Okay, so I'm holding down the note, or I should say I'm touching the note, but I'm not pushing down and holding it. Okay, so it's muted out. So it looks like I'm holding it, but I'm just touching it, which is muting it, rather than pushing down to have it ring, okay? So, and that's giving me this nice sound here, rather than having the fat third in there, okay? So that's just giving me a nice open G chord, okay? Making it sound a little bit more compact, okay? So if you've never done that, it's a little bit tricky, because normally you try to push down all the strings, and now you're trying to not push down the string and still hold the shape. So don't get frustrated if you can't do it right away. Just take your time, you will get this, okay? So starting off on a G, and we're going to count it like this. We're going to strum 2, 3, and then instead of counting to 4 and then switching like a normal 4/4 count, we're going to be switching on the 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 down to the C add 9, okay? And with this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to push down on this string, okay? And that's a cool trick that they do all the time to make their chords sound really compact, okay? Same thing with this C shape, which we're going to be using later. It looks like I'm holding the entire C shape, but this finger here is only touching the string and not pushing down, okay? So that's what I meant in the intro, that we're going to be learning all these cool tricks that they do all the time, okay? And with a lot of distortion, that sounds really good. Because of the distortion, it normally muds everything up a lot. And by leaving out notes, especially the third, it just cleans it up and makes it sound more crisp, okay? So that's what they do all the time. Okay, so G, 1, 2, 3, down to that C add 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 4th time. 1, 2, 3. Down to a D. And now I'm doing the same thing. I'm muting out this note this time. So I'm not playing this note. I like to hold it like this normally. And you could take the A in there, the open A as well, or you could just go for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. Again, that's what I like to call the AC/DC D, because that's what they do all the time. Okay, you could take the A too, fatten it up a little bit, I like to get the A in there too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I'm not playing this note. I'm just holding it down to mute it. Okay. Okay. So that's what happens in the intro. Okay. So that's the rhythm guitar, and then the lead guitar is playing that melody, right? At the same time that that's happening. And I should point out that after I play the D, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the fourth time around. That's when we go into the main. Okay, just so you know, that's how we get into the song. Okay, we're always going to be counting this 5 times. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a little bit weird if you've never done it to switch like that. Okay, so that's how the intro begins. And then while that's happening, the lead part is happening at the same time. Okay, so let me show you the lead part now. I'm going to zoom in there for you. Okay, so what I want to point out now is that with every single melody note we're going to be playing, I'm going to be playing the open third string with it. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see my pick because I want you to focus on the left hand, what it's doing. But just so you know, I'm always picking down on both strings, so the second and the third string. Okay, so the melody, let me just show you the melody first. So it's going to go. So that's 12, 10, 12, 10, 13. So 13, 12, 10, 8, 10, 8. So that's the first time around. Okay, so okay, and then you're always going to be combining that with a. Okay. So we're always going to be combining it with the open third string, okay? Another thing that I'm doing, let me show you my right hand now, is I'm muting out. I'm playing the notes, and then I'm quieting them. So, okay, not always. Listen to it. This one I'm letting ring longer. Okay, so. Okay, so that's the first time around. The second time around, it goes like this. So almost exactly the same, except now we're going to stay here 2 times. So that's. Okay. $12, 10, 12, 10. 13, 12, 10, 8, 8, 10, 8. Okay, so let me put the 2 together. Those are the 2 main ones. Okay, so the first one. Let me just play the second string alone. That's the first time around. Second time. One more time. Okay. Second time. Okay, so while the one guitar is playing those chords that I showed you, Angus is doing. Second time. Third time. So the third time around, it's exactly the same as the first time, okay? Fourth time, you're just going to do this. You're going to go 12, 10, 12, 10, and then you're going to slide over and play a D chord. Okay, you can't see my D chord now. And again, without that finger there. Okay, so this one's going to be just muted out. I hope you can see that, okay? So D without this note, okay? Okay, so the whole intro now for you, what the lead is doing. Okay, so second time, third time, fourth time, and then after that we go to the D. You can't see it, but you can hear it. Okay, okay. So that leads us into the main rhythm guitar riff. Okay, so let me teach you that now. Okay, so let's get into the main riff now. So the main riff, after we do that whole thing, bam, 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 right? The main riff goes like this. So it ends on a D, and then it just goes. Okay, so let me show you what's happening there now. So I'm playing a G chord, but I'm playing it differently than you probably have learned it, okay? So I'm really just trying to get this note to ring, which is the 6th string, 3rd fret, and I'm trying to get the 3rd and the 4th string to ring openly as well. Okay, and maybe this note as well. Okay, so and then with my 3rd finger, as I hold down this note, so I'm using my 3rd finger for this and my pinky for this. As I'm holding down this note, I'm just muting out the 5th string as we normally did with this finger, but now I'm just using this finger to touch it and just mute it, okay? So, and you want to be careful not to hit the 1st string like I just accidentally did. Okay, so that happens 2 times. Bam, bam. And then you hit the 6th string. You go over to the 1st fret, 5th string. You do it. You hit it, and then you hammer onto the 2nd fret, 5th string. Okay, so that's. And then you go back here to where you started off. Okay, so. Okay, so that's. Okay, kind of get that in your ear a little bit. And with my pinky, what I'm trying to do, as I'm holding down this note, I'm just trying to touch this string to mute it, okay? Normally you don't want to mute strings, but in the case of rock and roll, when you're playing open chords and you're using a lot of distortion, the less notes ringing, the better. It's going to make it sound more tight and compact, okay? Okay, so let me just tell you about the picking, because the picking is really important since this all has to happen very quickly, okay? So I'm doing a downstroke here, another downstroke here, the hammer on, and then an upstroke. So you could do a, no, it's better just do a downstroke. Okay, so downstroke, downstroke, hammer, and then upstroke. The last one is the most important because after this hammer, you don't have a lot of time to get back. Okay, so you're gonna save a lot of time by doing an upstroke. Okay, so that's. Okay, and I'm going down, down, and then I'm trying to quiet the string. So. And I'm doing my right hand, I'm using my right hand to quiet them, okay? So, a lot happening, I know, but once you get these basic techniques down, then it'll just kind of start to happen automatically for you, okay? So don't get frustrated if this is too much at once, just practice it slowly and you will get it, okay? So this main part happens about sometimes 8, sometimes 12 times, okay? So just listen to the tune for when the change comes to the next chord, okay? As soon as the vocal comes in, you count 8 times. So now we go to the next part, which is a power chord, a D power chord. So now I'm on the 5th string, 5th fret, and I'm on the 4th string, 7th fret. You could take this note as well, the 3rd string, 7th fret, to fatten it up a little bit, but I like to do it with 2. Or sometimes I'll use my pinky to get that third note, okay? You could use this finger as well. Okay, so we're going to play that 2 times. And then we're going to go over here to the 5th string, 5th fret. And we're going to do that same pattern, just now we're going to do it down here. Okay, so starting on the 5th fret, 5th string, going down to the 4th fret, doing a hammer on from 3 to 4, and then back here. And this is tricky because you have to play. So you're ending it with this note, and then you have to quickly get back into that power chord. So it's harder than you'd think. It really is, especially at tempo. So you're going to want to practice that slowly and probably for a couple of days, just to get it smooth and clean, right? So that happens 4 times. So again, the picking here is really important. Down, down, hammer, up. Okay, so watch my right hand for a second. Let me focus on my right hand here. So down, down, up. Okay, so see that? Really important because you need to save time because it all happens so quickly. Okay, so that happens 4 times. So 8 times here. Right? 4 times here. Then you go down here, which is a C power chord. Same exact thing, except now we're starting here on the 3rd fret. Sorry. Also 4 times. So 8 times, 4 times, 4 times. And then it goes back into the ba-bam, 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 okay? Except now, what I think is happening with the rhythm guitar is that the rhythm is playing a G, as I taught you, and then it goes into just a regular C, okay? But without playing this note. So we're muting out the 4th string, 2nd fret, okay? If this is all too hard for you with the muting, just play the C chord. It's also fine, but it's going to sound much more clean and compact with distortion if you mute out this note, okay? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The same counting, everything stays the same. Except now we're going to go G, C, G, C, G, C, G, C. Instead of G, C, G, C, G, C, G, D like we did in the intro. Okay, so it's just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, in the intro, on this last part, we went to a D. Okay, so that's what the rhythm guitar is doing. The lead guitar is doing something a little bit different than what we did when we started out. Okay, so the lead guitar is just going to play the same exact thing. So it's going to go ba-bam, ba-bam. First time around, exactly the same as we learned it. Exactly as we learned it second time. Exactly as we learned it the third time. And then the 4th time, we ended it here and went to a D. Now we're just going to continue that pattern. So we're just going to continue with the... Okay, so we're playing basically pattern 1 and pattern 2 over and over again. So okay. Okay. So after the intro, that is what the lead guitar is always doing. He never goes back and plays it the same as the intro. It's always just this reoccurring pattern that I just played, okay, over and over again. Okay, so now he did it 4 times. Pattern 1 once, pattern 2 once. Again, pattern 1 the 3rd time around, and pattern 2 the 4th time around. And then it just goes back into the main So that whole thing starts over again. And then after that, it goes back into the bum, 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 right? That happens again. And then this time it goes G to C, G to C, G to C, G to C. The lead guitar is doing its thing. And then once that sequence is done, they go into a D. And that's like this break thing that happens that takes you into the solo. Okay, so the same exact thing repeats itself. And then it ends and just goes into a D. Okay, so that's the third time around. And that's right before the solo. So that's how you're going to know it's happening. Okay, so it just goes on a D, bum, bum, stays on the D, bum, bum, does this cool thing with the drums, bum, 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 okay? And then it just goes back into the bum, bum, during the solo, right? So the verse sequence, or the main sequence that we learned with the, that just continues during the solo. And then to end off the tune after the solo, they just play the 2, 3, bum, 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 over and over again, just between a G and a C. And the lead guitar is just going over and over again. Okay? So, towards the end, as they're kind of just rocking out and fading out, the lead guitar is doing the same thing over and over again. The rhythm guitar is just going between a C and a G the whole time. And then to end the song, they just do this like 3 times. And then that's how they end it, okay? So those are all the pieces to the puzzle. Now it's your turn to go practice this, get it into your ear, and listen to the song. Play along with the original. Really listen to it. I listened to the song probably 100 times just to really get it under my skin before I taught it to you, right? And that's what you have to do anytime you're learning the song. You have to just listen to it. Let me see if I can get the camera up. I don't think I can. Anyways. You have to listen to it over and over again and just get it into your ear, get it into your system so that there's no question about what you're going to be playing because you kind of already own the song. You already know the song, so playing along is easier because you already know what you're going to play, right? Because you know the song so well. Okay, so listen to the song, listen to these parts, get them under your fingers, and try to be clean. Try not to play sloppy. Take your time with it. It is tricky with those hammer-ons and getting back into the power chord. But if you just stick to it and play clean and just keep coming back, you will get it. All right, Henry Olsen here. Hope this made sense. Thanks for checking out this lesson. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, tell a friend. Also, download the free picture chord book if you haven't yet. And if you want to become an all-access member, remember, I ship this to your doorstep, plus you get all of the goodies that I include in my weekly lessons, like tabs for different riffs and licks, for different songs, all kinds of extra stuff that my members get is inside of the membership as well. Okay, see you later. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Take it easy. Bye-bye.